we had a bump. We had a bump in the road this week. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Mondays are my favorite day of the week. I am so excited to just get the ball rolling. I got up pretty early for me. I got up at like 7 and then I got myself ready a little bit, brushed my teeth, whatever, and then went on a decent walk. It was like 2.5 miles and got back here around 8 and grabbed a little protein bar and some strawberries that I cut up already. I'm just eating these now as some breakfast, drinking my big water, and I'm about to start lectures for histology on our Canvas, watching the pre-recorded lecture and then taking notes on my iPad here. So that is that. I already made my bed, so that's good, but you can see this pile right here of clothes. I need to put away some clean laundry that I did yesterday, just something that came in the mail. It's my diploma frame, so I need to assemble that and get a grad photo printed because it's a diploma tassel grad photo all in one frame, which is pretty cool. But that's some stuff to do today. The overall to-do list, I will read it off to you, and then I'm just gonna go and get to work, and I will put in some montage-y clips of my day and update you later. Okay, so you can see we've already done a few things and it's only 8:30. But so right now I'm doing the histology lecture, and then at noon I have a lunch and learn for ASDA, and then that's pretty cool because the Michigan Dental Association is also talking, and they're partnered with ASDA, which is American Student Dental Association, and they are providing us with a gift card to cover our lunch, which is fun because usually a lunch and learn is in person at the dental school, and the club pays for like pizza or like Panera or something for you to eat while you listen to the presentation. But since we're at home, it's during our lunch period, but they're giving us gift cards, so that's pretty cool. I want to study this histology lecture in the evening that I'm watching now, so I'm just going to take notes and review tonight. During the day, my only other school thing once I get this 2-hour lecture done is to study anterior neck, which I did last week for anatomy, and the new posterior neck material. I watched the lectures over the weekend, but I'm going to do the studying on Anki, which that's hours and hours and hours and hours to get through all those cards. They take forever, but that's like my big thing today. I mean, I guess histology is a thing too, but studying Anki takes so long. And then at 4, so probably after kind of some of my Anki, I'm recording with Joyce the dentist for the podcast. I'm really excited about that. And then at 5 p.m. I have another club event for Alpha Omega. They have a speaker at 5, so I'm going to tune into that on Zoom. So that's the day. Pretty full day, pretty fun day, nothing too crazy going on. This week is a little jam-packed because we don't have class on Friday, so they have the anatomy live sessions back to back. Long intro, as always. What's new? As always, this is going to be probably a few days in my life, or maybe a full week in my life, doing week 2 of dental school. Guys, it is a big day. I just got my new car. Quick 10-second backstory. My dad works for one of the auto companies in Detroit, and we get discounted leases, and my family lets me pick out one of the cars that we lease, even though it's like through my dad's work. So we just got a new one, and it's a Grand Cherokee Jeep. I took some shots of it. It's a nice like dusty gray blue color, and then the interior is this beautiful tan leather, and I'm obsessed with it. But I finished the histology lectures and the practice questions, so I'm about to take this for a drive, and I just like brought all my stuff into it. Like I have all my items in the little center console, and I'm getting like my radio stations hooked up, my Bluetooth, my phone to like the CarPlay and everything. But the last thing I have to do is put my little cross up on the rear view mirror, and then I'm all hooked up to go, and I'm gonna do a quick 20-30 minute drive. It's 10:30 right now, and I have lunch and learn at noon. I'd like to be back by like 11:30 so I can actually make some lunch to eat during the lunch and learn. I don't really have to study for histology tonight because that lecture was really intro stuff. It was all cell bio, just like literally functions of different organelles and actin filaments and like things that I'm pretty familiar with, and I got all the practice questions right, so I don't think I need to study it. So tonight is just all gonna be Anki, which is good because it takes so long, especially like to kind of start getting it, but then to really know it, like that is a long amount of time. But anyways, I'm going to hook up my Bluetooth and stuff and we're going to go for a little drive. I'm so happy and I'm very thankful that my parents provide that for me. I know it's not common for a lot of people my age. Should be starting my Anki now. It's like 1, but you know, procrastination is real. So I just picked up the pictures from CVS. So I'm gonna put it in my little diploma thing. I'll show you guys how that turns out. So this is like the front of it, and then on the right, your tassel goes. On the left, I need to put a grad photo. Now I will actually start my studying. Yay. I got a couple more things from Amazon. 2 of these size XL Gildan white crew necks. I have one in a medium that I tie-dyed a blue and white. These 2 I wanted to get a little more oversized, so I got 2 of them and I'm gonna tie-dye them maybe tonight, honestly. Next we have our fabulous anatomy skull that I get to study with. The head, like the different suture of the head comes off, so you can study like inside as well. And then I just grabbed some pipe cleaners to use to study with because you can stick them. Like for example, I just stuck this through the carotid canal and like it just makes it a lot easier to like conceptualize what's going where. Then the final thing is a new laptop case because mine is the same brand. It's like $15 on Amazon. I have a light blue right now. Is cracked like at all of the little points that hold it onto your laptop, so I needed a new one so it can stay a little more secure. I just finished podcasting. I have to relocate my mic to the other side of my desk, but I was podcasting with @Joyce the Dentist on Instagram. She is so nice and bubbly, and her practice sounds really cool. It's in California. She did her dental school in California, residency in New York, associate's jobs in New York, and then purchased a practice back in California. This is funny. I always think about this when I'm editing, but my hands are like flipped to what you see. So like this really is like where New York is, but you guys think New York is over here when you're watching. Just that you guys would know that if I'm like, oh, like yesterday, like to the left is really the right on your screen. That's why things are always backwards if you're curious. She was really great and it's gonna be an excellent episode. We covered so many things. We covered her teaching at USC. We covered buying a practice, how she like found the right team to work there, how she grew it. She's super big on social media. She has like 20,000 Instagram followers, and then she does virtual smile consultations. Then she does TikTok, and she also has a YouTube channel, so she's like a branding marketing queen. So her episode's gonna be so good, but it will be out at the end of August, so you guys will have to wait a while. But make sure you go and follow the podcast on either Apple or Spotify. That way you can listen to every episode every Monday. But right now at 5, which is in 5 minutes, I have a meeting for AO. Like I said, the speaker is a dentist that did dentistry at a correctional facility. So like a prison, like a jail, whatever you want to call it if you're not sure what that is. But so on people in the correctional facility that need dental care. That's a type of community dentistry that you can do. So I'm interested to hear more about that. But I'm gonna go quickly either grab a snack or heat up some food before we're gonna start that, and then I will see you guys on Tuesday. I think this evening I'm just going to do more Anki studying after the video presentation, and then Tuesday we have a live class tomorrow morning, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. But I will see you guys on Tuesday. Good evening, guys. Happy Tuesday. I'm gonna do my best not to chat for 5 minutes like I do every day when we get on here, but I got up around 8. Progressively as the week goes, I get up later. If we're being honest, I get up at like 7:15 on Monday, then like 8:15, and then by Friday it's like 9:30, just if we don't have anything live to tune into. But I just finished editing that podcast with Joyce. I had it nearly finished, but then I had to go do some family stuff last night, so I didn't finish it, but now it's finished and exporting so I can get it put on my hard drive. That way I don't lose it because it's not going up until August, like I said. But right now there's one video from, let's call it Wednesday's anatomy lecture that is the posterior neck that I need to watch, and 8 or 9 of them, but there's one that I want to watch. The rest I don't think I'm going to watch, or at least not going to watch now, because I'm pretty sure I know all of the materials for all the other videos and I don't really want to watch them. So then I have to do a lot of anatomy videos for the upcoming section after that, which is this week Thursday's lecture that is about the pharynx and larynx. And apparently that unit is really, really intense according to our professors. So I'm going to start that in about 15-20 minutes here, and that's going to be the bulk of my day. I'll check in with you guys later. It is Wednesday. I'm about to start class here in about 20 minutes. I woke up early today. I was so proud of myself, and I went for a walk. Yesterday I realized that if I wake up right away, I get out of bed a little bit slower, for one, if I'm just gonna know I'm gonna do school right away because I'm not excited about school. 2, I just wasn't very productive in the morning. Like, I was doing it, but I wasn't absorbing it as well, and I was taking a lot of breaks because I just didn't want to get going. But going on a walk really starts my day on the right tone. I went for about 45 minutes, and I just made a little PB&J as a breakfast, which is interesting because that's usually more of a lunch food for me. But I just kind of put together my to-do list. There's some stuff I didn't finish yesterday, so I'm going to finish that today. And yeah, I have a live anatomy session, which are usually Wednesday, Fridays, but this week they're Wednesday, Thursday, because Friday we have off for the 4th of July. So I have that at 9 a.m. in about 20 minutes here, so I'm just going to eat my breakfast before then, drink a lot of water, and then after class I will start tackling the to-do list. Okay, so it's like 12:30 right now. Lecture finished at 10, like I said, the office hour type thing we do for anatomy, and I was not doing well. Right before lecture I just had a bit of downtime, and then I got hit with this big wave of anxiety, so that wasn't good. And then obviously trying to pay attention during class, it kind of went away, but then it was coming back during it when I was zoning out of lecture and then back into my feelings. And then once that was over, I was like, okay, this is not good. So I left and went on another walk for about 45 minutes, and that definitely helped a lot. I listened to some podcasts that I like that are just, again, getting my mind off of things. I was just trying to breathe. I shed a few tears. People probably thought I looked crazy on my walk. And I think one of the things that helped the most when I got back is that I left my room. I know I'm in here now, but that's just because I'm talking to the camera and I don't want to disturb my family out there. But I left my room and set up at our kitchen table, so I have the nice lake view and just a little more open and brighter, just a different change of scenery to finish the anatomy lectures that I didn't finish yesterday. And then now I'm gonna go out on our deck if it's not too hot. It's 85 though, so I might come back inside, but I'm gonna try to go out on our deck and do my on-key cards. There are 200 for this lecture 3, the pharynx and larynx, which for perspective, the first 2 lectures were 80 cards each, so it's almost double the amount of content, and those even took me 4 or 5 hours to get through the 80 cards. This is probably going to be a couple days, 2 or 3 days of trying to get through all of these cards, but that's okay. That's the last thing I have left to do today. There's a lecture for histology that I kind of pushed back to later in the week, and I didn't finish completely the evidence-based dentistry last night lecture, so those 2 I'm probably just going to make up on Friday because we don't have any classes scheduled because of the holiday. So I will get a couple clips outside and stuff of me studying, but other than that, I'm probably not going to chat too much today just because I'm trying to get myself back in check. But I wanted to be honest with you guys that obviously things aren't always good, and that's kind of how I try to work through it, just try to figure out what makes me feel better. And so far that's definitely been helping. I'm probably gonna let myself stop working around 5 today just so I can have an actual solid amount of an evening for me time. So I'm gonna go outside now and work on studying those Anki cards. Hey guys, it's Thursday. I didn't really film anything during the day. It's already the evening, kind of. It's 4:30, and I'm about to leave to go to Ann Arbor, which is where my dental school is, University of Michigan, and I am picking up the keys to the room that I am subleasing. I'm subleasing a room in a house. I wouldn't be doing it, but I signed a sublease contract pre-pandemic, and therefore I am obligated to be paying the rent for July and August because we would have been in person in classes right now. Obviously, you know, I'm doing my classes from home. However, I don't really want to live permanently, like move out of here and into that house, because I have free food here, I got the support of my family, and moving is a hassle, and also it's a big house. There's a lot of bedrooms with a lot of strangers, so I think I'm just gonna mostly stay here, but I'm still picking up the key because I want to be able to have access to it if I want to stay overnight at all in Ann Arbor. If I go to any like social things outside, or if later on in August, like finals week, if we can go to libraries there or something, and like I want to study with my classmates. I don't really know what'll be safe, obviously, but I'm getting the key because I'm paying for it. Basically, end of story. I'm paying for the room for 2 months. I'm gonna have the key, so I have access to go to the house, to go to that room when I want. I just packed up. I'm just bringing a washcloth, towel, sheets, blanket, comforter, and pillow. Because this is the extra comforter. This white one is the one I bring to school, so this is my preferred comforter. This is the one that stays on my bed at home when I'm not here, so it's spare extra right now, so that's gonna go in that bed. And then if I ever do stay there, I'll just bring like an overnight bag, like clothes, toothbrush, all that kind of stuff. So this is just kind of extra stuff. I don't need to have it here, so I might as well have the bed made up there for when I do, if I do want to stay. But that is the plan. My mom's coming with me, which is nice. Eases the nerves a little bit. I'm sure you guys get that. So we're gonna leave in a couple minutes here to go meet the girl that I'm subleasing from to get the key, and then I will talk to you guys on Friday, kind of give you a lowdown on how the week went and studying and what I'm up to tomorrow and what I did today, because it's been a doozy of a week. It's been a roller coaster, as you heard yesterday. I mean, I guess a roller coaster is dramatic. It's been, I don't know, a hill. It's been like one hill, you know? It hasn't been like crazy, but like we had a bump. We had a bump in the road this week. So I will fill you guys in on Friday. Parents are on a boat ride, so I'm vlogging in the rest of our home. But I feel, again, this is gonna be like a fleeting feeling, like good and bad, whatever, but I feel so much better because I pushed myself out of the scared and the uncomfortable, and I started studying the unit in anatomy that's really, really hard. I think a lot of the anxiety, which I wasn't really realizing or admitting to myself, whatever, was coming from school, because school hasn't really caused me anxiety really since maybe freshman year, like test anxiety, but I got over that because you're tested so frequently, whether it's exams, quizzes, finals, especially as a science major, like it's all tests. You don't really write that many papers and stuff, so I became very comfortable with test anxiety and like don't really, at least in college, didn't really have it that much. But I think since this is a new academic period, those feelings from like first year of college are coming back because this is first year of dental school. And I think that it's really tough. It's really tough. It's really intimidating. And I don't ever want these videos to be scary for people or make you nervous. I just want to be really honest, and also I know that long term I'm gonna get through it and be good. So hopefully watching from start to finish, it'll be helpful for you all and motivating and not make you freak out or anything. But if talking about the hard parts of dental school is not what you all want to see, please send me a DM on Instagram or a comment or something and let me know, because I can certainly just share the highlights, like look at my study guide and like, oh, I'm doing this club and it's all fun, but like I would prefer to be really real with you all. So just let me know what you like to see, if you like honest, raw, and real, and ups and downs of probably every week is probably gonna have a lot of struggles, but also good times where I feel like a weight is off my chest like I do right now. I've barely scratched the surface of this lecture unit, but just the fact that I really started making my own study sheet. I'll show you guys a screenshot of the study sheet that I made, and I'll show you the resources that I used to make it, because those aren't from our teachers directly, so I'm allowed to show you. Yeah, so even though I just only did that one page, just the fact that I started made me feel so much better, because what I was doing was just trying to go through the Anki cards, which is basically like a really intense version of a Quizlet that's ugly to look at but very effective. So I was going through those, but it was just like, I have like zero of this is in my head, so how am I supposed to get these questions right? So that was a big waste of time and a stressor. And then there's just so many pages and like things to memorize and whatnot for this unit, especially, that I was just like, I don't know where to start. Like, I was just kind of mindlessly looking over stuff, like hoping some things would stick, but like I wasn't studying the way that I know I need to study, which is rewriting things, making diagrams, flowcharts, whatever, that stick in my brain. And Elizabeth, one of my classmates, she has an Instagram. I'll put the @ right here because I'm not for sure what it is, but she sent our class her like study sheets that she made for this unit. So I kind of made my own version of that by putting in also some drawn pictures, because drawing it out has helped me remember it more. Sorry, that's my food I'm heating up. But drawing it out has helped me more than simply looking at a diagram or looking at a cadaver image, because I can really conceptualize then, this is superior to this is inferior to that, like distal, all the different anatomical words. I can really get a feel for it, and especially the like attachment points for different muscles. When you draw that on there, like it sticks so much better than just staring at the picture for like 2 minutes. So that's been really helpful, and I combined the drawings that the D2s passed down to us in our shared Google Drive, and then Elizabeth's study guide, and that's how I made that first page. And I think I'm just going to keep going through. I'm going to do the laryngeal muscles and vasculature next, and then see what's kind of left in there. I think the rest is more so memorizing. I think the rest is what else does the glossopharyngeal nerve innervate and stuff like that. So since I finished that first page and it's already 1 p.m. I went on a walk this morning. I'm just making some lunch. I'm just having some green beans and rice, and then my parents got some like 4th of July weekend food for us, but that'll be later today. But I went on a long walk this morning. I listened to Gretchen's podcast Happy Hour. It was so cute. She interviewed her mom, so it was really fun to like get to know her mom more and stuff. But now I'm gonna eat and then get back to making those like study sheets, because it's really helping. And then hopefully once I finish those, going back to Anki can just kind of like really seal it in my brain and test myself, I guess. But so I'm gonna eat, and then I'm going to record the intro for Monday's podcast, which is with Maddie Warnick. Her Instagram is @beneath-the-teeth. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of her. She's pretty big on Instagram for a pre-dental student, but we talked about her dental assisting. We talked about her being really involved in her pre-dental club. She's the president. We talked about her journey to dental school and like the fact she's gonna take gap years because she's married, and just like taking her time going through her classes rather than trying to stay on like a really strict, like I need to be done in 4 years schedule. And we also talk about like how she's using Instagram as a pre-dental student. So I think it's a really cool episode if you guys want to listen. It'll be up the Monday before this video's up, and soon, whether it's this weekend or early next week, I'm gonna film that video, dental school supplies that I like using. I guess it's not the right word, but like school supplies, study materials that I like to use for online classes and being at home. I'm gonna make that sit down video. And then a lot of you also asked for the morning routine during dental school on Instagram, so probably in a couple weeks that one will be up. But I will do the study materials from home because that got the most votes on Instagram. Like I said, I'm so active on my Instagram stories. This was the one I posted today. I pretty much post 1 or 2 per day of like what's happening. So if you really want real-time updates, or if, for example, next video, I'm not gonna probably post a week in my life vlog. I'm gonna post that study materials video. That'll be like the video for the week. So that means that you won't really know what happened that week unless you're following me on Instagram. So make sure you do. I don't post a ton on my feed, but I post stories literally every day. And I'm also trying to be very vocal about world issues, issues in America that I think are important for people to be aware of. One more thing, I also forgot to tell you guys yesterday that part of my kind of strategy for like making myself less freaked out was that yesterday and Thursday I went to our class from 9 to 10, and then after that I just focused on every other class that wasn't head and neck anatomy. That way I could get everything done that I like was maybe behind on or just needed to finish for this week. That way today the only thing I need to do is head and neck anatomy, and I can really just give all the time that I want to making these study materials and trying to really learn the content. So yesterday I did 3 more quizzes for evidence-based dentistry. So I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 left. That way I'm almost done with the class. And then I also did a lecture for histology, which now we have a lecture, like normal content lecture, and then also a lab lecture where we go through slides and he like identifies different features that we need to know for the exams. So I watched both of those. This upcoming week, since I'm not going to be filming a video, we're starting Intro to the Oral Facial Complex class, which I think is like case study based. Every week we have a class for like 2 hours, and then we're in like a small group to do a project at the end of the semester. And then other than that, I think it's a typical week with another histology lecture, 2 anatomy lecture topics, a dental anatomy lecture topic, and the evidence-based dentistry class. But like I said, I'm working ahead on that, so I don't have to do that one. And then Intro to the Profession is 2 hours per week as well. So pretty normal week, but adding another class in. So that is the look for next week. And I think next week, the Lunch and Learns that I said is like every single day of July, if you want to, obviously, are starting up. So probably won't be vlogging next week, but this is going to be the end of this video for sure, and I will see you in next week's video, which I believe will be the dental school materials that I like to use. So I hope you guys are excited. Thank you so much for watching.